Hello. I'm sorry?
I said it's Don returning your call.
Oh, yeah. Hi, Don. Thanks for calling me back. How you been?
Good.
I've got some concerns I wanted to talk to you about. I'm going through this process and drafting some more documents. There's a concern that I have with this process. It's going to be exposing, for example, the testimony of some of the employees of the city that they had given under oath during these proceedings, admitting to their negligence and failure to do their duties. And I don't know, I guess I'm a little puzzled, or maybe you can enlighten me as to why this sort of thing, these public servants, public employees are allowed to, say, ignore their duties and obligations, enable for them to do other things, if that makes any sense.
Is there a legal proceeding taking place that this is the subject of?
Currently, right now, no, but I do have a concern regarding this situation. That's why I wanted to reach out to you and just have a discussion about it to make you aware. If you're not, you should be already aware of it, but I just, at this point, I'm still a little, I guess, puzzled and concerned as to how this type of behavior and activity can go on without check or accountability. And I'm sure you're aware of what I've experienced at the hands of the public servants there in Zanesville, or of Zanesville, particularly the police department, which is contracted by the municipality for law enforcement purposes, correct?
You are being so general and so broad that you haven't given any dates, times, names. You're just being very, very vague about this.
Well, right. Well, I mean, I could go into every specific detail. I know you're a busy guy, and I don't want to take up too much of your time. I just wanted to, like I said, start a discussion or have a dialogue regarding it, or give you an opportunity maybe to explain why it is that, since you are the quote unquote mayor of Zanesville, you are what I consider the CEO or chief executive officer of the corporation of the municipality of Zanesville, and so therefore you are over all departments of the municipality. And so I figured I would go to the head, or the top, if you will, for lack of better terms, and have a discussion about what transpired. And like I said, I'm sure you're fully aware of what I experienced at the hands of, say, for example, the police officers there of Zanesville. And even though they don't have a duty to protect, according to the Supreme Court, according to Ohio Revised Code, they do have duties and obligations that they are required to perform. And primarily, to be specific for you, Ohio Revised Code 715.49 in sections A and B, it describes there very plainly and specifically that the municipality has an obligation to address noise and disturbances in the area. And that was in which the reason for the calls that were made to all of the departments of the municipality, not just your office, but even to the police department, where you had told me that they were going to be in charge of the situation according to the correspondence and emails. And so I was just acting according to what the direction given by you, who's over the municipality, and who would effectively address the concerns, or at least investigate the concerns. That would be the first step. And so when I attempted to do that, of course, we know the outcome with all of that because of what happened in the courts. But the testimony that I referred to in the beginning of the conversation of the 4 witnesses that testified under oath during one of the court cases there in the Court of Common Pleas for Muskingum County, in a court case action that was brought against me, where my calls to have the police department investigate the noise issues that I was experiencing that was disturbing the property that I was at, preventing me from being able to enjoy it, they considered those calls as harassment because they had continually, for years now, I have on record, refused to even attempt to investigate it, the issues of the disturbances from a professional standpoint. I've got many examples on the record, conversations with people like Sergeant Patnod, where he was making excuses. Even though he identified the noise, he was making excuses for it, saying that it wasn't a problem, even though, according to the laws established by the legislature, the municipality and, by default, the police department has an obligation to get involved with crimes being committed in the area. And so that was my attempt to get you all involved according to the law. But unfortunately, because of the testimony of the witnesses, the 3 dispatchers from the police department, as well as the law director, David Tarbert, they all admitted that they were not only not aware of Ohio Revised Code 715.49, which requires the municipality and them to perform, but also they weren't even aware that as a property owner or something to that effect, that there's rights that people are to have as far as property is concerned. And when our ability to enjoy the property is infringed upon or affected, that's what authorizes, we'll say, for lack of better terms, quote-unquote authorities like the municipality to get involved, because it's all according to the legislature, written, like I said, according to 715.49, the Ohio Revised Code. You can look it up yourself to verify it, but it states very clearly there that the municipality is responsible for addressing noises and disturbances in the area. And it even goes as far as to talk about and discuss situations where the noise source is coming from outside of the quote-unquote municipality limits. And it offers some suggestions for remedy there as well. But none of this was ever considered by David Tarbert or any of the parties involved. And I'm not sure if you're even aware of this.
It sounds like you're talking about a case that is being litigated or under appeals, and as you know, I cannot discuss any of those pending matters, Brandon.
I'm telling you it's not.
But you are talking so circular. I wish you the best of health, and have a good day.
Well, I'm telling you it's not. So, yeah, I know. He's refusing to answer. That's called acquiescence by silence and tacit approval. So he's agreeing to what I'm saying, and he's refusing to controvert what I'm saying. So it's called acquiescence. So he's in agreement.